So I spent 4 years of my life making a Spider-Man fan film. 7 years if you consider the fact this is the third film in a trilogy of Spider-Man fan films. Our film, Spider-Man Vendetta, came out in August of this year, 2024, and, you know, people think that we kind of forgot about it, but I can assure you, we did not. You know, after 4 years of making the film, I really just wanted to give it time to breathe. Like, I had seen something or other about this film pretty much every day for the last 4 years before releasing it. I wanted to give it a bit of time. So we have given it room to breathe. We've given it a good 4 or 5 months, and we've even released some behind the scenes videos with more probably to come down the line. But what we thought that it would be fun to show you some stuff that didn't make it into the film. In this video, you will see 2 scenes that were reshot entirely. One scene that is extended with audio, which is basically just an extended scene that we don't have the footage for anymore, but still have the audio for. So we'll show you guys that. And then we have one scene that was cut from the film entirely. Yeah, we have a full-on deleted scene, and it contains none other than the symbiote. Oh, and I'll throw a surprise clip in just to end us out. First up, we have the opening scene of the film, which was completely reshot. And just for this scene only, we're actually going to show you the original scene in big, and then down the bottom, I'll show you the scene that actually was reshot and made it into the film, just so you can see where the comparisons were. Enjoy.
Ah, you see, I thought you put up more of a fight. You've spun your last web, Spider-Man.
I'm gonna get you, Goblin. I'm gonna destroy you slowly, and when you start begging me to stop, I'm gonna remind you of one thing. You killed the woman I love. May!
Peter!
May, stop! Hello. Miss Stacy. Something's happened. It's Gwen. I'm sorry. So sorry.
So as you can see, it was more or less shot for shot the same scene, but there were some things that were changed. Obviously, the camera quality and everything was improved. Instead of filming it at night, we filmed it at day and then just day for nighted it, which I think made it look so much better. And of course, the Green Goblin mask changed, which changed halfway through production, which is why we went back to reshoot it. And we also just made it a bit shorter, because I mean, we all love walking exposition, but you know, it benefited from being that little bit shorter. Now, next up is an extended version of the Aunt May talking to MJ scene. Now, as I said, unfortunately, we lost the footage for this, but I do have the audio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the scene and I'm going to place the audio within. So you'll see some of the actual scene, then the audio, and some of the scene. Let's go.
Mary Jane, it's been so long. Coming in. Oh, hi, May.
So how's America been?
Not so great actually.
Really? Why's that?
So I did my first year as what I thought was going to be the lead anchor for the Bugle's US branch, but it turned out to be like an online hosting for TikTok. And then halfway through my second payment year, I dropped it because I was underpaid and it just wasn't what I expected at all.
Oh, that's a shame. So what you doing now?
Well, right after that, I tried my hand in acting. I got a couple of roles in local plays, but I evidently I knocked that on the head also.
Oh dear, not the American dream then.
No, far from it.
So what brings you to visit? Catching up with the family or something?
Actually, no. Things weren't what they set out to be, so I'm moving back here.
Oh, that's amazing, MJ. Why didn't you tell us?
I thought it'd be a nice surprise, I guess. Obviously I've told my parents. I thought it'd be nice to surprise the boys. I thought Peter still lived here. That's why I've popped up here, but I can't get hold of Harry for the life of me.
You probably noticed why we cut some of this out. It was great world building. The point of the scene with MJ and May was so that we, as the audience, learn about what's happened in this world, especially with May and MJ and, you know, Gwen dying and everything, sort of at the same time as the people in the scene. But it just kind of went on a bit and it broke up the pacing, which is where I need to give a massive shout out to fellow YouTuber Yugi Joe, also known as Joel Paul, who is in Vendetta, who kind of looked at it from an audience perspective and kind of said, you know, as someone who had to watch that film every single day, like I couldn't tell the good from the bad by the end of it, which is why I needed other people like Joel, Morgan, Sam to let me know this type of stuff. And I think we found that we tried to just keep absolutely everything that was necessary to the story going forward. You know, MJ getting Peter's address, the fact that Harry, they can't get hold of him, all of that good stuff. I mean, it wouldn't have been a bad scene, but it was just sort of irrelevant information and it broke up the pacing a bit. But I'm glad we get to do this because it gets to put sort of more of a light onto the scene that Dawn and Mia did. So the next scene is the other reshot scene, and it is the first, or well, technically second, scene where Spider-Man fights the Green Goblin. Now, before we go into this, I just want to let you know there was never any VFX done on this, so it is literally just raw, cut to cut. You can even hear me giving them vocal cues in the background.
One, 2, 3.
Looking for me? Misery, misery, misery. That's what you've chosen. It's pathetic.
Get down from that glider and fight me like the man you think you are.
That's big talk for somebody as weak as you. We're about to have one hell of a time.
What reason do I have not to end you?
Take off the mask.
No. How have you done this? Why have you done this?
Some of the most notable things were, of course, changes to Peter's mask and everything, and also, again, the mask and Sam's hair. I mean, yeah, he had a perm rather than the short back and sides that he has in the actual film. Oh yeah, and MJ's just not in it at all. The original draft of Vendetta that we started shooting just didn't have MJ in it, and it was about 6 months into production. We had shot, I think, about 7 days worth, and we just kind of decided this film needs something else, because we tried to compact the films down from like the 1 hour, like 20-minute film that Broken Identity was into something shorter. But I think we went too hard and we were focused too much on trying to make it more concise, to the point where it was like bam, 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 end, rather than like, this is a film, let's give it a bit more, let's give it a B plot, and let's, you know, let's do that type of stuff. And I'm glad we did. I think the original version of Vendetta, you know, whatever that would have been, wouldn't have been as good as what we came up with. Whether you think it's good or not, I can promise you the original version was worse. I wonder what it would look like if I cut together Vendetta with like the original script and the original footage. Maybe that's a video for another day. They write themselves. All right, the scene you are probably waiting for. Where's the symbiote? The symbiote was teased at the end of Broken Identity. When's he gonna get the black suit? When's Venom getting involved? Here you go.
Well, I suppose you're hungry then.
Yeah, I'm sorry if that was a bit disappointing, but here's the context. When we were finishing Spider-Man Broken Identity, the plan going forward was for Harry to still become the Green Goblin, but for Peter to also find the symbiote and eventually get the black suit, leading into a Spider-Man 4. Then, of course, lockdown happened and our future plans changed, and we needed a way for Vendetta to have like an open ending so that if we ever want to revisit it, we can, but it kind of ends off the story. So then obviously we had to scrap the plans of the symbiote, but we thought we'd keep this scene in just to like not retcon what happened and to show that Peter does still have the symbiote. But then by the time we were editing, and this was literally like maybe 4 months before the film came out, maybe a bit longer, we just thought, look, we've set up like a Chekhov's gun that isn't going to get paid off. Like, we've gone out of our way to stop a scene where Peter is, you know, gathering stuff together to make a new suit, and as you see in the film, he gathers the stuff, puts it down, he gets it, and he's downstairs, and, you know, he cracks on. Breaking up that scene, that motivation scene, especially that it just came from his conversation with Aunt May, just to show him feeding the symbiote and then put it away and then carry on, and then for the symbiote to never show up again. I'm sorry if we disappointed you by not putting the symbiote in this film like a lot of people like thought we would. It was not gonna work for the film, and in a perfect world where we all have an infinite amount of money, we could have made more films and, like, you know, carried on with it. So yes, that was the symbiote scene, if you were wondering. And I mean, if you've seen this now, technically you know that Peter does still have the symbiote, right? Like, he still, like, he does have it, but it was just, you know, early stages, let's say, early stages. Maybe you give it to Oscorp to test on, I don't know. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what your favourite additional scene was from this film. I think it's weird because, like I've said, I've seen this film so many times, I've seen these scenes so many times to the point where like they traumatise me a little bit. But I do think that, I don't know, there's something special to me about that original Goblin v Spidey fight. I'd even go as far to say as I prefer the physical fight and like the camera movement in this one better. And the trouble is when we changed the scene and we added MJ into the scene and the Goblin reveal was a bit different and the outcome of all of that, it didn't really make sense, especially when we had to have Mia tied up the entire time. Things had to change. But I think the original fight choreography, even though majority of it stayed the same, I think I prefer it in this scene. As I said, I'm going to end this video with a surprise set of clips, so please enjoy the incredibly hilarious outtakes of Jack Beasley from Spider-Man Vendetta. Now, action.
Go.
Yeah.
This is coming to you live from my living room. Harry Osborn is dead. He died. The tragic motorcycle stunt accident took him out. So, who's going to be the next? Wait, do people know he's the Green Goblin?
Yes. No. Yes.
No.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll just leave it at, will he be the next?
Right.
Tip of the tongue, teeth in the lips. Okay.
Action. No.
Wait.
Keep rolling or?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Here we go. Tragedy struck this evening. I don't know the rest of it. Hey, I didn't write it. Just reading from the auto cue, alright? I hated the fucking guy. I said it. He went missing 4 years ago. But we will respect his silence at this time. This is Eddie Brock for the dailybugle.net signing off.
Could have kept that if you looked at the camera, not me, you know.
Multiple reports have come in that Osborn died at the hands of the Green Goblin, who at the time was facing off against Spider-Man, who I hate more than anything in the world. But that's something for the sequel. How's that? Good?
Brilliant. Yeah. Oh, that's the take. In fact,
I'm Venom!
I think.
No? Something like that, maybe?
Show me what else you got. Come on. Pitch me Spider-Man 4.
Pitch you Spider-Man 4. I don't know how this one ends, so...
How does this one end?
Okay, well from what I know, Harry Osborn isn't fucking dead, alright? He is the Green Goblin.
Right.
Right? And the Green Goblin technically did kill Harry because now he is the Green Goblin. There's nothing of Harry left. Is there something of Harry left?
So...
Nothing of Harry's left.
No.
We have Harry on the scene. Harry confirms there is nothing of Harry left. He is the Green Goblin. Completely. But he dies at the end of this anyway. So he dies twice. What a fucking loser. I won't be fucking caught dead dying twice. I won't even die once. How about nunts? Nunts times.
That's why there's by a daycare.
That's what. Alleged daycare. Alleged daycare. I'll get the t-shirt. Yeah, but Spider-Man 4, no, we all know what we want. You know, we want more. We want Eddie Brock. We want Venom. We want the symbiote, which was teased anyway at the end of the second one. Is that in the third one? Eddie is. Where's my fucking time to shine? When do worlds collide there? I don't fucking know. I'm looking at the writer, producer, director right now. He's just shrugging. You know? And I get it, I've already done it once. But that's what the multiverse is about, isn't it? We've all seen Doctor Strange, there's fucking 5 of those fuckers running around. Alright? It can be done. And it will be done. So watch this space. Not this space. The space. I think I've said enough.
It's a close-up now, we've got a tight one, you can be more intimate with them.
Wow. Funny how we meet in places such as this, i.e. No. Fucking unbelievable. I'm trying to get my moves on here, and you just sneeze it. I don't know, what do I want to say to the Film Forum viewers? What do I want to say? Do I have a message for them? Yes. Watch this film. Watch this one. But first watch the other two. If you haven't already seen the other two, because I don't think you'll get this one, unless you watch the other two. Unless there's a previously on, at the start of this one, he's shaking his head, doesn't watch the first two. That's how they fucking get you, alright? You wanna watch this one, you gotta watch the first two, alright? And I know you're putting ads on that. I know you're putting fucking ads on it, getting that revenue. I know you. Yeah, you fucker. But watch them, they're great. I like them. You know, but who the fuck am I?
I'm Eddie Brock.
Jack Beasley, that's right.
Got tattoos on my knees, bro.
Tattoos on my knees are the bee's knees, bro!
So I just, sign this NDA and we'll just...
Yep. It says go fuck yourself. Peace out, fuckers.